Grow a Garden is absolutely cooked. Duped pets, trillions of fake shekels, and players leaving by the second. And the thing is, the devs might not be able to fix it. It all starts when you join a game. Do you notice anything unusual? Well, if you guys can barely read how many shekels this is, that's a part of the problem. The reason the game's dying is because the economy has absolutely fallen and shekels are completely meaningless. Some people literally have infinite money in this game and aren't even afraid to show it. Now you may be wondering, how did everyone get so rich to begin with? Well, it all started with one pet. One pet that the whole Grow a Garden community loves. That pet is no other than the raccoon. Here's the thing. Not too long ago, everyone was abusing the raccoon in all the wrong ways. People with 2, 3, or 4 raccoons on their main account would have their main account send the raccoon to the alt account for it to grow the most expensive bone blossom possible, some even worth up to 9 quintillion shekels. If you haven't guessed, they would put that whole setup on autopilot, and they would have all their raccoons duplicate this 9 quintillion shekels bloom blossom, which is an infinite money glitch. These rich people then gift random people a stupid amount of shekels, and the cycle keeps on repeating, which means the noobs of Grow a Garden are now richer than you. But that's not even the reason this game is completely cooked. Now let me talk about the second thing that completely killed this game. The thing is, a couple of months ago, a couple of exploiters duped hundreds of raccoons and kitsunes, and they have been absolutely flooded all over the market. Some people sell them through eBay, but a lot are sold through Discord and Instagram. The issue was they were selling it for so cheap. At one point, one seller was selling 900 raccoons for $1 each. Now, I'm not even mad at them for selling it, but it's the fact that they sold duplicated raccoons, which allowed people to do the infinite bloom blossom money method. And if you didn't hear me before, yes, I said duped raccoons. This means that the people who bought them could have and did get banned. The third reason is why the majority of people quit Grow a Garden for good. Now, Grow a Garden was released on April 10th of 2025, just about 10 to 11 months ago of the time I made this video. Not too long after that, the game started blowing up, which led to a well-known developer we all know as Jandel purchasing the game, getting full ownership of it, as well as some investors shortly after who were due big studios, which we will talk later about. Together, they done things that were very unique, which made it very different to the current viral games of that time, which made it very original and led to its crazy success. As the player count grew, you may notice on the chart of the game in the early days, there would be crazy spikes every single Saturday. This is because every Saturday there would be crazy updates for weeks and weeks that brought a lot of new things into the game. You see, the thing that makes Grow a Garden special is that everything in your garden has to be bought from a store that resets every 5 minutes. Now, this led to the problem of everyone hopping on only on Saturdays for admin abuse events, which would basically hand you very rare things, which otherwise would have taken hours to grind for, which I will explain more on later. At its peak, the game got over 22 million concurrent players on a single Saturday, which was absolutely unheard of. Before this game, no game had even surpassed 5 million or even 2 million players at all. It was so big that it shattered Fortnite's unbeatable record just shy of 8 million additional players, therefore breaking every record in the world, making it the holder of the most concurrent players in video game history. They managed to hold this massive player count for months, until about September 2025. This was due to the crazy stress put on the developers to keep producing crazy, unique admin events and updates in general every single week for months. So eventually, after some time, events started getting less crazy and more repetitive, with less features getting added to the game, making the community very, very mad. Now, this is when players started leaving for other games for a number of reasons, one being that they did it better. You see, game developers started to hop on the trend Grow a Garden created, which ended up in making a lot of very successful games, like Steal a Brain Rot or Fish, whom both capitalized of admin events, and some using similar restock features as Grow a Garden. Another problem the community hated about admin events is that they would always happen at the same time, which was fine if you played in America or Europe. But since this game was global, every country was playing this game, which made it very inconvenient for them, since they would be at odd hours at the day, like 3 a.m. in the morning, for these non-native countries. This led to people having to set alarms just to participate in these events, which were sometimes delayed by hours, which, as you can imagine, made them furious for waking up for no reason. The last reason is just sad. Picture this. You join Grow a Garden with 20 shekels and an empty garden, and you see literally the whole server sitting on quadrillions, sextillions, or even infinite money from old exploits. Some might even hand you trillions like it's nothing. Sounds amazing, right? Wrong. In reality, it ruins the game for new players because if you can buy everything instantly, what's the point of grinding or as a whole, even playing Grow a Garden? Not to mention, if you were to refuse donations, the climb to the top feels impossible when everyone around you is completely loaded. Either way, it's completely discouraging, which is why Grow a Garden struggles so much in bringing in new players to the game. With all the reasons we covered in this video, it's clear why the game has completely died. However, it's not over yet. Grow a Garden's future depends on what the devs can do to bring new and old players back to the game, and time is ticking. I'm just a YouTuber, not a game developer, so Jandel is definitely way smarter than me. But if the game has any hope or chance to come back, they would need to first fix the economy. Dupes and glitches have to be patched immediately. And instead of making shops more expensive, the game needs better ways for rich people to use their money so they don't stay overpowered forever. Second, new players need more support. New players often get scammed or feel left behind. Tools to make trading easier and safer would make the game more fun for them. Finally, the game needs updates that last. Events only bring players back for a weekend, but high-quality updates keep them for much longer. If you made it this far into the video, you should subscribe to see more videos like this. Also, make sure to comment on what my next video should be on. Thanks.